Thank you very much. Could I ask now Dave Gregory, Regional Sales Manager, UK or Southern UK from Avigilon. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you very for the introduction there. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dave Gregory. I'm the Regional Sales Manager for Avigilon in the south of the UK. Today I'm going to go through the presentation, introduction to Avigilon. I know Sanjay touched on a little about who we are already. Some of the technology that we offer and how we can benefit from that from a commercial sense, and also how we can refine and make our security operations a lot more efficient. So first up, we're a Canadian company. That's why we're here today in this beautiful building, and we're based out of Vancouver. That's where our head office is. But we have over 1,000 employees globally and presence in over 120 countries. In the UK, we're based out of Milton Keynes, and that's where we have our extended support. So our sales engineering, our internal sales support team, and our design team sit there. Really important point I'd like to make is actually we manufacture everything ourselves out of Canada and in the USA. And that's a really important point because we don't bring equipment in and put the Avigilon name on that. We actually design, create products ourselves. And that's really important for twofold. First of all, it enables us to innovate, and some of the products and technology that you'll see in the presentation today will show you that. And it also enables us to control quality, which for mission critical installations, and you need a system that delivers and can be relied upon. So this is what we do, high definition video surveillance with self-learning analytics, and we'll touch on that during the presentation, and IT-friendly access control. So we offer an end-to-end security solution. Everything's under one umbrella. We offer the software, the VMS, the front end, the end user experience, all the way down to the camera technology, the lens technology that's used to deliver images that can actually call back upon and make use of. So there's a few areas that we feel that this is we offer best value. So first of all is bandwidth. So we know everything and anything is connected to a network nowadays. If you are in a public space or you're connected to the wireless system, and there's lots of other people connected to systems like that, you know how frustrating it can be where your device is slowing down and it's not running correctly, or you can't pull up a map when you need it. So we have offered some technology that really delivers on using low bandwidth utilisation and still delivering on the image quality. The number of cameras that you would traditionally use on an installation in some cases can be reduced. And again, using high resolution technology and some innovative technology allows us to, for example, look at a system that possibly be 100 cameras or already has 100 cameras, analog cameras, and maybe swap that out for maybe half of the amount of equipment that you previously needed, because the new technology that you're installing and using can deliver more. And thirdly, when we talk about capital expenditure and software fees, we have no reoccurring fees and no reoccurring costs on our software. So this is really important because you put a system in and the system is running, but in a year's time you've got to allow that expenditure to then license the software. It's a pain, it's something you've got to think about, and obviously it's an expense. So we don't have any of that. We have a single license fee. You license the system, the camera's yours, the license is yours, the system is running. When we touch upon the access control product as well, this is really a fantastic product. It's open platform, it's actually open hardware platform as well. So you may be familiar with systems that you already have, that you're already using, where you're tied into a specific hardware, to a specific vendor. There's not what you can do once you've got the system. You know, if you expand, you're limited to options. You're kind of tied into how that vendor wants you to progress and upgrade systems. So we have a completely open platform that gives you a lot more flexibility when upgrading and designing initial systems. There's some great features. One of them is the fact that it's completely browser-based. So again, if you're familiar with using a system, traditionally we have a PC in a facilities room that's running your access control. That is the main point of focus for security operations. Everything's running from that point. Any control, any additions, any monitoring has to be done from that point. With our system, we can do that completely browser-based. So any system that's connected, a tablet, a phone, or a PC, can allow you access to the system, can allow you access to open doors, or access, look at mapping. You can build yourself a dashboard to control the system. So it offers a far greater flexibility. So you'll hear from Tony from MRFS Group later today, and Tony is one of our certified partners. What that means is that Tony and his team are committed to training, and that's an ongoing process. Obviously, as we release new technology and new products, we need to make sure that our partners know how to install that and get the best out of systems. There's no point having a system that's wonderful and can make great efficiencies on what we currently use if people can't install it or maintain it. So Tony's an Avigilon certified partner. It also means that he can take advantage of our technical support, which is available to his team 24/7, 365. So the art of integration, this is why we're here today, and just like the access control, our video products are also an open platform. So this means two things. Our partners and fellow presentees here today, with their technology, we can generate a single platform which can be multifunctional. For example, an access control card could just open a door, it could also turn lights on, could arrange a room to have the air conditioning switched on. The options are endless in what's possible, what can be configured to meet the requirements. What's also important is if you have existing equipment, we can integrate with that a whole host of third-party cameras and systems. We also have an SDK available that can be configured and written to make a bespoke application. And also, it's quite relevant in the UK, is we have a vast amount of analog cameras. We have so much legacy equipment on all the sites that use CCTV. So we have a method of taking those existing cameras, bring them into the new system, and it gives you a way, it gives you a path to upgrade. So you don't have to lose any investment that you've already made. But if your plan is to upgrade 2 years, 3 years, 5 years into newer technology, being able to do that is a great way to get started. So that's who we are and some of the things that we do. I just wanted to touch on a bit of innovation. The first item I'm going to talk about is the MultiSensor camera. So this camera is actually 3 or 4 individual cameras within a single housing. Now, I don't know what your route was to this building, but if you came down from Leicester Square, for example, walk down from the tube, as you're walking down and you look on the corner of buildings, maybe I'm a geek and I look on the corner of buildings for cameras, maybe you're not doing that, but there's a lot of cameras on the corner of buildings, and traditionally they're a PTZ camera. Okay, so that PTZ requires an operator to continuously be moving it for it to be of use. You know, if it's facing the wall, if it's facing down, it's not doing anything in particular, then it's no use. Second to that, if the operator is actually paying attention and using the camera and we're focused on an incident, on a suspect, somebody that we're trying to track, that camera's field of view is limited to the point of where that operator is asking the camera to view. So if there was an incident to the left of that scene, behind it, it wouldn't be able to pick up that image and those details. So with the multi-sensor camera, some of the configurations that we can have give us the option for 270 degrees, 360 degrees, and this field of view is available to interrogate, to look at all of the time. It's always available. I can see everything that's happening in the scene at any one time. And what's really great about this is we can also go back and view that for recorded footage. So everything that I've got that camera looking at, we'll stick with that example, for 270 degrees around the corner of a building, everything that we can see is being recorded all the time. So we may well have an incident to the right of the scene that we're looking at and where our traditional PTZ would have been focused in on. But actually after the event, we're going to go back. There was something else that we needed to see. We would have missed that traditional of the PTZ. With this type of technology, we get to see all of that and we can go back and interrogate that after the event. So let's talk about resolution, and I'm going to talk about some consumer technology, because most of us now have high definition screens. We're watching high definition TV at home. So we recognise that when we watch something in high definition, it's a better image than standard definition. And sometimes if we go back to standard definition after seeing something in high def, we really notice the difference, and we want to go back to that really nice image. So traditionally high def being 1080p, that's where all our Blu-ray movies are. Now we're just starting to see 4K technology come into the consumer market for TVs and films. But we've actually had 4K imaging in CCTV since 2012. So it's not something new to us. And actually this slide represents where we are on that technology scale. And we offer 5K, 6K, 7K CCTV cameras already. So what does that relate to in real life? So if you bypass what we're looking at me and look out the window, you'll recognise that scene. Now, this is a 7K camera that's taken in the whole of Trafalgar Square, part of Trafalgar Square. I've got situational awareness. I can see people moving around. I can see vehicles. I've got a good view, a good sense of what's going on there. But because I've got so much power, I'm using 7K and I've got high resolution, I can still start to zoom into that image and pick up details the furthest distance in the scene. So anybody that's used to using the CCTV system at the moment, and typically sometimes what we see on TV when we're looking for suspects or vehicles is it's a pixelated mess. We try to zoom in, we haven't got enough resolution, it's pixelated, we can't do anything with that image. With this type of technology and this resolution, we can capture that as well as capturing the entire scene. But resolution is not the only thing that is important, because we're forming and expect some high quality images. So this is just a snapshot of one of the high resolution cameras in action. So it's a tricky scene, it's at night, and there's a few things in this scene that would be and detects people. And they're specifically looking for patterns and how these objects move. So when we get a hit, we've got a high accuracy rate of actually detecting something that's going to be useful to us. So if we take a look at that in action, this is just a scene here. And you can see people moving around in the scene. There's vehicles that will come into there. We're identifying these as a red box for a person, and when a vehicle comes through, it's a blue box. So we don't have to do anything special to make the camera do this. This is embedded into the camera. It's part of the camera. It's a feature of it. It's just running. And what we do with that information is how we make our control room and our security operations a lot more efficient. So with that data, I can now generate alarms. I can generate pop-ups. I can get push notifications to my tablet and my phone based on detection of a person or vehicle. But because it's using video analytics and the algorithms are specifically looking at how someone moves, it's not just going to be a carrier bag blown in the wind for motion detection, which we've all seen if we're used to using these systems, or a branch blown in the wind. We know that we're going to get a positive hit because we know that we're going to actually pick up a person or vehicle. And that's what we're trying to do in a control room, make that workflow response a lot more efficient. So the cameras trigger, they pick up a person or vehicle, we decide how we want that notification to come through, and we can decide if we want to respond to that in real time. If we have audio PA on systems, we can actually talk back live to a site via our phone or our tablet. And then we can initiate a lockdown, we can initiate some access control features, and hopefully we can either apprehend an intruder or we can prevent an incident from happening. So some of the hardware that we can run this equipment on. we have a whole raft of cameras. There's not enough slides to run through every single option. But these are some of our newer technology cameras. And if you guys have remote sites, remote locations where you don't have security guards, you don't have a presence, but you still want to keep that site secure and you want that to report back into a main security function, then these cameras actually have a solid-state hard drive running our server software right built into the camera. So this camera will be installed, it will be cabled and connected, and everything's done from within the camera. The guys who are viewing this can connect to it remotely, the same as they would do a full server, except in this scenario, you don't need any other hardware. These cameras will still run the video analytics that we've just shown you as well. And it's just another point of where we're innovating. So I mentioned earlier about bandwidth and what we can do to make these systems run efficiently as possible. And we have some patented technology which is called HDSM, High Definition Stream Management. And this is an example of how it works, and I'm going to talk through the slide. So I'm going to take the example of a 7K camera, because that's the highest resolution camera. So if we've got 7K's worth of resolutions, a lot of pixels, we can zoom in, we can grab number plates. When I'm viewing that camera, just as a regular view, I'm not zooming into anything, just got an overview, I don't need all of that 7K detail. And I don't need to use bandwidth to view that 7K detail when I don't need it. Second to that, in a control room, on your phone, on a tablet, you don't have a 7K screen. There's no point displaying all of that information. We can't see it, we can't make use of it. So what HDSM will do is when we're viewing those images just as an overview, and I start to zoom into the image, to the part that I'm interested in, to the part of the image that I really want to get the detail on, the HDSM will send back that part of the image that I'm zoomed into in the higher quality, in the 7K. So I'm not wasting bandwidth on sending all of the other information through in 7K. I'm only sending through the part that I'm interested in seeing. What it means is in real life, when you're in a control room scenario, your systems aren't buffering, they're not hanging, you've got availability of video instantly. It really, really works well. So we've got our video, we've got some analytics, we've got it recorded. We want to make use of that now, and we want to take a look at some of the recorded footage and some of the tools that we can use to help us find incidents. So with the video analytics, you saw that we could respond in real time. We could see a vehicle, have a notification, we can respond, we can react. But what we can also use it for is going back after an event and using that data to search on recorded video. So for example, if I had a camera in front of this building looking at a driveway, a service yard, I could specifically say to the system, tell me every time there was a person or there was a vehicle in this area. And the system will return back, search its data, and it will come back and it will tell me every time there was a person and a vehicle. So this is going to save a huge amount of time when people are normally just sitting on the systems and scrolling through hours and hours and hours of footage. We can start utilising the analytics to make that more efficient. Second to that, we have something really cool called thumbnail search. This is one of my favourite search features actually on the system. And what it enables us to do is to take a snapshot of any camera, and we select a period of time. It could be a day, a week, a month, and it will come back and it will give me a thumbnail snapshot of say every 10 minutes, of every 20 minutes, of every hour. So if I'm specifically looking for something that's gone missing, something that's turned up that shouldn't be there, this thumbnail search is going to very quickly return back an image where I can say it was there at 5 o'clock, it was there at 6 o'clock, it wasn't there at 7 o'clock. I already know that my incident I've drilled down to this happened between that time. It's a lot more efficient than again just searching through the video. The last piece of the puzzle is our appearance search, and this is new technology that we're previewing today. We're lucky enough to have one of my colleagues, Oliver, with us today, and you may have seen it running up in the breakout room there at lunch. Please come and see us after the presentation sessions, and we'll give you a run through this technology working firsthand. It's absolutely phenomenal. But what appearance search will do is take that video analytic data to the next step. So As you can see in this example, let's just say that we've positively identified that there was a person in the scene. The video analytics, you know, there's a red box around that person. This could be a vehicle as well. So now what I can ask the system to do is tell me every time that the camera and the system has seen that same person across all of the cameras that are connected to my site. The search results will come back and we'll put the search in sequential order. So if I'm building an investigation, I can see that this person here left the bag at 4 o'clock, but they also left the bag at 3 o'clock in this location, at 2 o'clock in this location, and they entered via the north entrance. Really powerful tool. Work on vehicles as well. If we've got a lost child, for example, we could find out the last time that we saw that lost child on the system. We could click on that, ask the system to find out where she's been before that event and after the event. Hopefully it would narrow down to the last point that we've seen her on the system on the day. And hopefully she's just gone into a toy store and a shopping mall, and that's it. So really advanced technology there. We'd love to show you that upstairs after the presentation sessions. Thank you very much for your attention during this presentation. I look forward to meeting you all this afternoon, and thank you for your time.